You know that saying, win the morning, win the day? Well, that hits a little differently after 40. Because let's be real, none of us are chasing hustle anymore. We're chasing balance. We're chasing energy and clarity. The version of ourselves that feels centered and not chaotic. So today I'm going to share with you the 9 things I do before 9 a.m. that has completely changed how I show up for my work, my health, and for the people that I love. These are realistic habits that work even if you have a full-time job, demanding kids, dreams that you're trying to achieve, or you're just not a morning person anymore. All right, so let's dive right in. Number 1, wake up with intention. I used to start my mornings by grabbing my phone, checking my messages, checking my emails, and soaking in the world's problems before I even got up from my bed. And my cortisol levels, they were through the roof. So now I start with 2 deep breaths and 1 simple thought. What kind of day do I want to create today? According to a 2023 study in Frontiers in Psychology, setting a morning intention lowers your stress reactivity for the day. It's like giving your brain a GPS for calm and focus. That allows me to be mindful before the day's chaos begins. Number 2, hydrate before you caffeinate. I noticed a few years ago that when I woke up, I would feel extremely groggy and thirsty. Dehydration can mimic fatigue, making us think that we need caffeine when what we actually need is to hydrate. So when I wake up first thing in the morning, I drink a full glass of water with electrolytes or lemon or just plain before I take a sip of tea. It boosts alertness and metabolism, and I notice that within 5 minutes, I feel noticeably clearer and calmer. This actually works so well for me that on some days I don't even have caffeine and I don't notice it. And here's a little tip to help you remember. Try to keep a bottle of water right next to your bed so you can have it first thing in the morning when you wake up. Number 3, journal for 3 minutes, not 30. Honestly, at this stage in my life, I don't have time to bare my soul for an hour. But I do spend 3 minutes every day with a pen and paper. And I use the simple structure. Write down 1 thing that I'm grateful for today, 1 thing that I want to feel today, and 1 thing that I'm going to do to make it happen. Writing this down centers me, and it's short, grounding, and doable even on hectic mornings. Studies from UCLA show that gratitude journaling literally rewires your brain's reward circuits, improving mood and emotional resilience over time. Number 4, move your body even for 10 minutes. This one is honestly non-negotiable. After 40, movement isn't about staying fit, it's about staying functional and having energy to do all the things that you want to do. Whether it's yoga, a brisk walk, a short swim, or even 20 squats while your coffee brews, movement wakes up your brain. Exercise increases dopamine and serotonin, the same chemicals that antidepressants target. And here's the kicker. Research from Harvard shows that even 10 minutes of movement can elevate your mood and sharpen your focus for hours. I do an online Pilates program that I joined during COVID, and I also am a member of our rec center, which offers a ton of fitness classes. They have a pool and a full gym. And on days that are really busy, when I just can't seem to fit in a full workout, I still try to move something. I received a smartwatch as a Christmas present last year, and some days when it's really busy, it's as simple as just making sure I get all my steps in. Honestly, there's so many different ways to move, so I really urge you to think about how you can get your movement in every day, even if it's for 10 minutes, and try to think of ways that interest you so that it can be easy for you and you can stay consistent. And if you'd like me to make a separate video on how to move, how to stay fit, and how to have more energy in your 40s, then leave me a comment below and let me know. Number 5, get natural light. Before I touch my laptop, I try to get outside or even stand near my window for a few minutes. That morning sunlight tells your body that it's go time, and it helps regulate your melatonin and cortisol naturally. Think of it as nature's coffee minus the crash. I drop my kids off at 8 a.m. every day, and it's something that I really look forward to because not only does it give me a chance to connect with my kids, it also gives me a boost of energy. And if you can't get outside or it's cold, you can also try to use a small light therapy lamp during the winter months. It is a game changer for mood and energy. Number 6, make my bed. It sounds simple, almost too simple, but making my bed is my first win of the day. Before the emails, before the chaos, and before the world starts demanding things from me, I take 60 seconds to straighten the sheets, fluff the pillows, and create a sense of calm. Because here is what I've learned. The state of your space reflects the state of your mind. When I was younger, I used to think that making the bed was just a chore. Now that I'm in my 40s, I see it as a sign of self-respect. It's saying I care enough to start my day with order, even in the smallest way. Admiral William McRaven, in his famous commencement speech, said, "If you want to change the world, start by making your bed." And science agrees. A study published in Sleep Foundation found that people who regularly make their beds report better sleep quality, higher productivity, and a greater sense of emotional well-being that lasts throughout the day. It's not about perfection, it's about momentum. That one small intentional act creates a ripple effect. When you start your mornings with a win, that win creates confidence and structure for everything else that follows. When life feels chaotic, when life feels out of control, this one small ritual brings peace and control back to you. It's a reminder that no matter what the day throws at you, you've already started it with purpose. Number 7, eat protein first. I still do intermittent fasting, following a 16-8 schedule where I fast for 16 hours and eat for 8 hours, and I found that it has worked wonders for me, giving me extra energy, helping me maintain a healthy body weight, and keeping me clear-headed and focused through the entire day. When I do break my fast, usually around 11:30 or noon, I try to make sure that my first meal is protein-rich and nutrient-dense. For me, that might look like scrambled eggs with a side of avocado and spinach, or a grilled chicken or tuna salad, or a Greek yogurt with a ton of frozen berries. Or if I'm on the go, then a protein smoothie with almond butter and frozen fruit. Protein stabilizes blood sugar and keeps me full, focused, and energetic throughout the day. According to the American Journal for Clinical Nutrition, protein improves glucose stability and enhances focus, especially for midlife adults when our metabolism and our hormones start to shift. Leading with protein sends a clear signal to your body. We're prioritizing strength, focus, and steady energy. Number 8, listen to something that lifts you. Here's the math. If your commute is about 90 minutes a day and an average audiobook is about 10 to 11 hours long, you could easily finish a book a week. That's about 50 books a year without adding a single additional thing to your schedule. That's the beauty of it. You're not finding extra time. You're using the time that you already have and transforming it into something that fuels you. So instead of just driving or scrolling through your phone, which is a safety issue, use that time to listen to something that inspires, educates, and uplifts you. I actually started this habit a few years ago when driving my kids to school. I noticed how much time I spend in the car, and I would just be listening to some news or some random radio chatter. I also noticed that I would feel drained before the day even began. So I made a simple switch. I started listening to motivational podcasts and audiobooks instead. Those voices talking about growth, mindset, and resilience became the soundtrack of my mornings. They actually motivated me to start this YouTube channel. They inspired ideas, changed my attitude, and got me through some tough transitions in my 40s. Because those small intentional choices, the ones that you make in the in-between moments, have a compounding effect. It helps you show up not just awake, but alive, energized, inspired, and ready to take on the day. And maybe you also learn something along the way. Number 9, choose my top 3 priorities. Before 9 a.m., I sit down and write down my top 3, the 3 things, if I accomplish them, would make my day feel productive and meaningful for me. Not 15 tasks, not an endless list of to-dos that would make me feel exhausted before the day even started. Just 3. Because here's the truth, busyness isn't productivity. And if you've seen my other videos, you'll know that I'm against toxic productivity, the unhealthy obsession with being productive at all times, no matter the cost. In my 30s, I wore being busy like a badge of honor. I'd start my day by tackling dozens of small tasks, answering emails, checking notifications, organizing files, and still by the end of the day, not only was I exhausted, but I noticed I wasn't moving forward in any significant way. Then I discovered George McCowan's book, Essentialism, and one line changed everything for me. If you don't prioritize yourself, then someone else will. That hit me hard because that's exactly what was happening. I let other people set my agenda for the day. I let other people dictate my time, my energy, and my focus. Now, by narrowing my focus to just 3 priorities every morning, I take back control of my day. And here's the science behind it. Psychologists call this decision fatigue. Every small decision you make drains a little bit of your mental energy. When your brain is flooded with dozens of competing priorities, you end up feeling scattered and reactive rather than calm and effective. For me, this could mean working on a YouTube video or volunteering at my kid's school or working on a key project. And at the end of the day, even if the world throws curveballs at me, I know that I have done the 3 things that move the needle for me. And here's the best part, I end my day feeling accomplished rather than exhausted. It's a small shift, but it is one of the most powerful ways to reduce stress, to reclaim your time, and to feel more in control after 40. Because the goal isn't to do more, it's to do what matters more to you. Now, I'll be honest, I don't hit all 9 of these every single day because life happens. But even if I do 5 of these, my day feels calmer, more intentional, and more mine. And that's the point, because after 40, success isn't about doing more, it's about doing what truly matters. Your mornings don't need to be perfect, just purposeful. Because when you take care of your mornings take care of you. See you in the next one.